Everyone, what's up? Welcome to Bold Voices. I'm Angela Belcamino. So excited to see you. It feels like it's been a while. I guess it kind of hasn't, but I had a whole birthday thing going on. So first off, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who gave me a birthday shout out. I felt the birthday love. It was awesome. It's been an amazing, very special. You guys all made it very special. So it's been great. My voice is still kind of coming back from all of the shenanigans. I was visiting St. Augustine over the weekend, seeing friends and family. So it's, now I'm getting back into the swing of things, back into adulting. We've got a great week of streams planned for you. We're actually doing 3 this week. So we've got tonight, we've got Thursday at 9 o'clock, and we also have a special pop-up Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern as well. So more on that later, but tonight we are ready to chat it up with you. So please be sure to interact with us, put your comments, questions, feedback in the Bold chat, and share the stream, repost, like it, and subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Again, thank you so much, as always, for the support. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining the conversation. What's up, Greek? It's going to be a great time. And if you guys are watching the playoffs, I'm a basketball girly, and I'm a Celtics fan, and the game is on right now. They're trying to close out this series right now. So feel free, if you're watching the game, to pop that into the, oh no, John said thumbs down. Sorry, I know not everyone's a Celtics fan. It's all right. But if anyone wants to give me, some updates on the game, I will gladly take those as well. All right. Thanks, guys, so much for being here. Super excited for our show. We've got Madeline Elizabeth, Kevin Smith, and Jay in the house. The gang is here to tackle all of these. A lot of stuff. I mean, like I said, I was kind of like out doing my thing, and you got to check out from time to time. So I probably missed some stuff over the weekend, but a lot happened. And I'm excited to unpack it with you guys and audience as well. Please weigh in. Thank you guys so much for being here. Follow these guys. They're the best. I'm sure you have already, but in case you're new here, please do. Okay, first up, obviously we have to talk about the shooting, security incident at the White House Correspondents' Dinner on Saturday. It's raised, serious security concerns at this point, having such a high concentration of U.S. leadership in one place. It's another attempted attack on the president. Now hopefully an active review of Secret Service procedures. Lovely panel and audience. I guess, what was your, how did you first experience the news? What were your sort of initial reactions? What stood out to you before kind of hearing any commentary or analysis of the events?
Well, so I used to work with the Secret Service when I was in the U.S. Coast Guard. And so it's funny because I commented on this or whatever, and I said something like to the effect that the guy got way too close. Like, this is not a guy with any amount of training. I'm sure he had people that were helping him get there, and they had planned some of this, but he was not a skilled, like in any trade craft or anything like that. He didn't have any like super training or anything like that. And he got way too close. And so I said that, and then people attack me like I'm attacking President Trump, and I'm not attacking President Trump. I just don't get people. Like, they're so dug in on this stuff that you just can't even say anything like that. But I do have a little bit of experience with this. I used to be on the security detail for Al Gore with the Secret Service when I was in the U.S. Coast Guard. And so the thing is like, for me, is it doesn't seem like they're learning their lesson. It's like, I don't care if people, like, you don't have to like shut down like people's right to protest and stuff like that. But they do not need to be right out in front of the White House. They do not need to be at the gates of the White House. Like you don't need like that road should be off limits for like protesters and stuff like that. There should be some security measures. In his manifesto, he actually wrote about how he was testing the security and he was able to like get very close. And he said that, you know, he felt like there should have been more. And so he's proving the point, right? So like, and this is not about President Trump. This is not about Joe Biden. This is not about anybody. I don't want anybody getting close.
It's also not about the ballroom, but that's, you know,
right. Well, it's
not that out there.
Nobody should be able to get that close to the White House and just walk right up to the thing or whatever. Like that's just, you know, it's common sense. And there are, if you've ever been into the White House, there are tons of layers of like, you have to go through this security checkpoint, you have to go through this security, like they check everything, like you can't have a cell phone, like there are all kinds of things that you saw him, he got right up to the lobby of where they were at, which is nuts to me. Like, and they were all just like fucking hanging out on their cell phone and stuff. Like, it was just like, you can see the videotape. So it's obvious that there should have been a little bit more. There should have been some kind of filter to stop him from being able to run right up on fucking Secret Service agents.
I will tell you, that dude was fast. That
Yeah.
dude was moving.
Yeah.
That dude was moving. Like, oh, he got through that damn thing quick.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's, look, obviously it was worrying. I'm curious, like, was he close in, like, distance as the crow flies? Or was he, like, 2 layers of security, but 200 feet away kind of thing? You know, like, yeah, you could walk up to the gates of the White House and you're 500 feet away from the White House, but you're not getting in. So it's like, I'm curious as to that dynamic. I haven't really seen a lot of the stuff on that. I mean, he, like I said, one way or the other, he was definitely way too close. It seems odd that hotel wasn't locked down, or it never is locked down for events like this. They do stuff at the DC Hilton, and there are better hotels to do this at in DC. There'll be a better one soon when they build the ballroom, but which we should absolutely do. That, you know, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, Dalton's right. Like,
we got an eye roll.
Got to make sure I throw that in there. I didn't get an eye roll yet today, but
it'll be the first of many, I think.
By the way, can I just that whole like that whole like chart that got made? Ooh, they're all being paid. I'm like 12 people on there are my friends are not being paid. Here's what happened: ballroom was trending, so they tweeted about it. That's it. Like Sean Farish was on there. I promise you, Sean's not getting paid by anybody. Like, he's my best friend. If he's been hiding it from me all this time, I'm going to drop kick him.
You have friends besides us?
Listen, you little miss abruptly hanging up FaceTimes. I don't want to hear it.
Kevin called me the other day. We FaceTimed me at like 9 a.m. watching Jurassic Park. I'm in my pajamas, like still in bed. Got to see like the real deal Madeline. And I was like, all right, I can't handle this. I gotta go.
But you answered in the first place. There you go.
Yeah.
Of course she did. I'm awesome.
I love that. That's a really cute story, actually.
Yeah, well, you're bringing people together here, Angela.
Oh, thanks. That's my goal. That means I feel that really does warm my heart. Yeah. That's what this is all about. So I love that. But Madeline, I saw you laughing, which was making me smile and laughing, which is making me smile and laugh.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the ballroom when you say it's not about the ballroom.
Well, don't get me wrong. I think the ballroom is necessary. I understand the whole point of it. I just think what does it say about our times? Like, it's so sad to me that our president can't leave the White House. Like, our cabinet can't be together somewhere. Mm. I mean, it says a lot about where our country is as a whole. As soon as it happened, there's always conspiracy, 100 different conspiracies. And I just think it's really sad. And I think instead when everybody was like trying to make 100 comments, which I got one coming for Kevin on Erica Kirk in a minute, but like we'll wait. You know, he knows. I know. You know, you're on that team, but like,
yes,
fair. But I just think it's a sad. Like, I think yes, sure, the ballroom's necessary. I talked to somebody today who was like, he was like in Trump's motorcade. He owns a big security company. He has like done all of Trump's Mar-a-Lago security for years. He's also a treasurer, and really great older guy that I talked to because he's a treasurer. And he was just, we were talking about it, and it's really sad. And of course, the solution's a ballroom, but at the same time, is it all or nothing solution? Because what does that say? Like, how are they supposed to campaign? Like, what about Vance? All these people used to campaign together. Just want to remind everyone, like back in 2015, Trump used to take huge stages, like all over the country, outside, no vest, and there was no issue. And if you recall, Obama and them wouldn't give him security. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it just tells me our country just continues to get more divided. And I'm sure you feel that way being stuck between all of us.
I don't know how stuck she is anymore.
Yeah. Well, then, you know what? I'll tell you how stuck I am. What did you think about Erica Kirk's ugly cry? She's given like the Kim Kardashian, like 2016 Kim emoji, like a run for the money.
Wait, was she wearing too many rings this time, or
dude, I don't know, but like I can't handle all that timeline. Like every
I don't know. Maybe she is.
Listen, she looked beautiful. Her dress was beautiful, but I can't watch that girl cry for 5 more minutes. Like, if it makes my eyes want to bleed.
Some people don't look good crying. You ever watch True Blood? Anna Paquin, she's the ugliest crier on planet Earth. But she's really hot.
Okay, but would Claire Danes give her a run for her money? Because people always talk about Claire Danes.
She's a terrible. I think the only way to be on an HBO show is to be an ugly crier. Like, but oh no, that was on Showtime. But
isn't that like a girls' show though? Like, why are you watching that?
What?
True Blood?
True Blood's a great show.
Is it?
Yeah, it was really good. All right.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to go off topic. It's all relative because like she got escorted out really quickly, and I just thought it was like before this whole thing happened, she was on my entire feed was like her on this channel. Like they are really propping that girl up. But then all the crying, I just am like, God, like every time I try to like you, I just like I can't.
Dalton.
It's like a problem.
I said, calm down. Fake
do I follow you, Dalton? I need to follow you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I tweeted something because, like, I feel for her. I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, though, like how much they're like using it and putting it out there. But I can only the trauma of going. What's that?
But who put it out there? Like somebody got the video and then it just got reshared because it was clickbaity. I mean, because they knew that everyone was going to go in the comment. Oh, she's fake crying. Like,
but before that, she was with Clarence. She was with somebody, and they had like posted her there. Like, everybody was there. Why was it Erica Kirk that was on every she was on every channel literally before anything happened? Like, she was the person. Like, the entire Trump cabinet was there. Why do I keep seeing this girl? I think she appears more now than Charlie did back when Charlie traveled the world with the president.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, circumstances have changed. I mean, obviously.
Right. It is kind of weird though. Like
circumstances change. I think Turning Point's less cool, and I think
you saw Jackie Kennedy more after John died than before.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really gonna go there. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think of another. You saw Ethel Kennedy after Bobby died more. Like there's.
I see Bobby Kennedy all the time and nowadays too.
No, you don't, because he's been dead since '68. But
Robert Kennedy, whatever.
I'm talking.
They all call him the same thing.
No, I'm talking about the actual Bobby Kennedy, not the son. Like, you know, it's. I don't know. I think that a lot of times people who don't like someone already will find reasons to dislike them more. Like, I don't like people from Philadelphia. So I find reasons to not like Phillies fans.
Okay, I understand that, but I feel like because I've been so upset, which a lot of people have been upset with, like certain people in this administration. I continue to try because I liked Charlie and because there's all this hate. Again, I don't watch Candace Owens. Like, I know I've defended her before on the show, but like, it isn't the divide there that like makes me not like Erica Kirk. It's like this like crying, like martyr crap, then also like traveling the world. I can't nail her. I find her so, she's on everything. And they said they said the ads for her, they're paying so much money for ads. I had a friend like do the marketing. It was really crazy, the data behind it. I just don't understand it. Because that's like the opposite of what Charlie Kirk was. But I'm just saying I don't like her crying. Her ugly crying kind of sucks.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. It's an interesting point. Like, I mean, I feel for her, right? Because I think in those situations with like so much happening traumatic, but you bring up some really good points, like some really good questions, you know, especially, I don't know.
I think that everyone who's got some kind of criticism have absolutely no idea what would be considered the correct, like the correction for it. Like if she hid it under a rock since Charlie got shot and never made public statements, people would say, what is she hiding? She comes out now, and then people are saying, why is she coming out to fireworks? And then she's wearing too many rings. And now
that's not true. If I saw her being a mom in mourning with her kids, or like, I understand she had to step up. There's a lot of weird narratives around Erica, but like, let's be honest. She doesn't like come off. For years, she was like this mother, and like nothing about her makes sense, Kevin. Like, but we won't go down that timeline because it doesn't even. That's like a whole nother show. But well, like.
The thing is like I didn't even know who she was prior to the shooting. Like I'd never heard of her before. I didn't even like, but it does seem like they are trying to prop her up versus like honoring his death and being respectful. Like it seems kind of from the outside looking in, it seems odd.
I know. How about really they should have investigated the murder of Charlie Kirk? Instead, like I feel like the country would have been much more happy if we actually knew what happened to the guy, rather than this. But like, you know,
well, that's what the trial's for, and this trial's going to take 3 years.
But with me saying that it seems odd, the flip side of that coin is she's somebody that runs a company heavily involved in politics. So this is political stuff going on. So she's like the turning point is one of the biggest like in conservative like politics or whatever. So like it's for me, you know, saying that it seems odd that they're propping her up, but she's involved in one of the biggest companies involved in this type of stuff. So it's not that weird. It's in a sense it's weird, but it's not that weird because she's involved in it. Like they're going to be holding political rallies. Like they're going to be propping up candidates that we are going to be voting on. And so it's like they're still in the game.
So I just wanted to highlight Greek said basically how the F did he get that close.
Right.
And then we got a hot take here for Madeline, I guess. You just want her to disappear because that's what you do.
No, I'm definitely nothing like Erica Kirk. That girl, she apparently read the whole Bible from front to back. And there's nothing, I don't even do what Erica Kirk does. Absolutely not. So.
But Zeldin came to your defense and said, whoa, way to judge a character, bud. Yeah. A lot, I mean, it is interesting. Going back to the whole thing, do you think that we got that did your understanding of what happened in the event change as more details were released? Do you feel that we got accurate information right away? It feels, I kind of, to your point, Madeline, there's a lot of like spins and making it a partisan issue before maybe even having all of the pieces of the puzzle, like the facts fully known.
I did think it was weird. Did you guys see the Fox News clip where like the anchor, the media person was like talking, and apparently they sat next to like Caroline Levitt's husband, and he was like, I like seeing you on TV, or you did a great job. And he was like, you need to be safe. And like, she's telling this story about like how he's like looking around and saying you need to be safe. And then next thing you know, Fox just cuts it. And I'm like, well, Fox, if there's ever a time you're going to make a conspiracy theory, like go wild, like that is right there. When you like cut a clip like that, that's just, it makes things awkward.
Everyone I've spoken to who has gone to that ballroom, both right and left, say that the service does suck in there. And that's just, and you know, I mean, did it cut out at a weird time? Yeah, but I don't know, like that doesn't.
It's funny. None of the other ones. Yeah.
Well, they went out because apparently they all did them from inside the ballroom is different than like the ballroom complex. You know, like the lobby and shit. That's and like that doesn't come from like our people. That comes from like I think it was Sagar and Jetty that said it, and he's like,
I'm not tinfoil on this. Like, I may call like bullshit on certain things with the Charlie Kirk investigation or whatever, but like, I'm not calling anything. I just think it was really scary. And if that guy would have not brought, let's say it wasn't a gun, what if he had a bomb? Like that entire place full of people could have been, like, if some got detonated, that would have been horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the one thing that I will say is weird about it is that he went in and like popped off a few rounds and didn't get shot. So like, did he just shoot a bunch of times and then fall to the ground? Because to me, that kind of seems like a suicide by cop attempt. You know, that was the only part of it that I found to be incredibly odd about the whole thing. And
look at their security posture. They were like on their cell phone, and he ran right past them.
Yeah,
right. Like, why? There should have been like, that's not how you do things. Like anybody that guards a military base or anything like that knows that you can't just run up on it. Like there's like they have barricades and stuff like that to like, you can't come straight in with a car, or like there are multiple layers and stuff. And why in the hell is he running up on Secret Service agents that are sitting there on their fucking cell phone? And we've seen the video. And this is another thing too. Like, why can't we get better video surveillance in around the, like, like my Ring door cam is in fucking 4K, and their security cam where the damn president is like it's being filmed on the moon. It's crazy. Like,
to be fair, the DC Hilton is a shithole. Like, it's like
like my Ring doorbell cam is $99. Like, upgrade your shit, dude. Yeah. Like, seriously, like,
yeah. No, you're not wrong.
It's like it's filmed on the fucking moon. Like, it's like in the 60s. Like, we get better, you know, footage back then. It's just crazy. I don't get it. Like, we should have top of the line stuff. If we're sending billions overseas or whatever, like, our president deserves a little bit better security, I think.
Well, I think we should make a line item in the budget for better cameras at the DC Hilton.
Hey, if the president's going to be there, and it's going to be a regular thing where they do this press whatever, like, they upgrade the security.
That's why we need a ballroom.
I'm for it. And do the damn ballroom. I don't care. If we're spending money in America, I'm for it. If we're spending money on, you know, sending money to Zimbabwe for, you know, AIDS relief or something like that, I have an issue with that, because it's not our fucking problem.
I saw there's a country in Africa where AIDS is on the rise again, and apparently they just lost a bunch of money.
Like Zambia or something. It's like Zambia. Like, why is that our problem? I reposted about it. Like,
yeah, just don't have sex with anyone from Zambia, which I don't think I'm in any danger of doing.
I posted about it today. Like, I literally, what is it? Why would it be our problem to fix Zambia again? I literally posted about it today. Like, I've never, like, I couldn't, like, if you show me Africa on the continent of Africa, I couldn't even point out on a map where the hell Zambia is. Why?
I'm gonna go with in the middle. That's gonna be my guess.
Yeah, right in the middle.
In the middle.
In the middle. like between the Congo and the Sahara, somewhere in there.
It's somewhere between Egypt and South Africa.
That's a very good guess.
I mean, look, I'm not here because I'm cute. Like, oh yeah.
So as Madeline kind of mentioned, the reaction, conspiracy theories, the reactions on this are very split, pretty intense. A lot of like, was this staged? Is it suspicious? What are some of like the narratives that you guys have seen regarding this and your thoughts on it? The ballroom, I kind of, to your point about the ballroom, right, was, I guess there are some claims that this was all staged because the plan was already there for this ballroom and now it justifies it, things like that.
Well, I think that's dumb because Trump doesn't care about anyone's approval. And he's spending his own money on that. So I thought another stupid one was like, the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, was like, shots are going to be fired tonight, like early on when she interviewed, like on her way into the dinner. And I thought that was kind of BS because I was like, they were like, maybe that was her hinting to it. And I'm like, she would never do that. I don't, she's like 39 weeks pregnant. I don't think she would think about that very lightly. I did find it interesting, like all the conspiracy theories around like them pulling JD Vance off stage compared to Trump first. I thought that was crazy. And I think like it's honestly the media just creating a bigger wedge between Vance and Trump. I think there's already, as everyone knows, like a lot of, they've had their issues, especially Vance has really tried to separate himself from like all the Iran war, all the fallout on different issues. And I feel like he just can't get away from it. And now it's like the media knows that. So they're really trying to like drive the wedge as much as they can.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, it just, if I'm being charitable, the president had two principals, him and the first lady. He's 75. JD was closer to the door. Like, it probably takes Trump a little while longer to pop out of a chair than it does JD to just launch. And JD, what is he, 42? Like, I don't know.
So they have their own details, and they are their primary person that they're protecting. And so JD's team got him off faster. And so that looked really weird because you would think that the president would get, because he has a bigger security detail, that they would get him off first. So it looked really weird. And I'll be honest with you, it seemed out of like they should have got the president should have been the first person they were protecting. And but JD's team got him off very quickly. Yeah. So,
and I never attribute to conspiracy when stupidity is probably the answer. Because most people are just dumb. I don't care. Like, they just are. I don't know.
Or you're just a part of that club, but
What?
Oh, nothing.
What was that over there? You got something to say?
I feel like there's an inside joke here, but
I didn't know. I didn't hear the first half of it.
Well, I just like to give him shit for Turning Point. He loves, he's always been with Turning Point in fairness before Charlie died. But I just love to give him shit.
They do the best.
He loves to come at me for my Candace issues. So
they did the best rallies in 2024. They were a big part in why President Trump is in office.
Yeah, and I think that
we owe them a lot.
You know what? Really, the crux of the Turning Point stuff is that what Charlie was able to, what all of them, and I mean, obviously Charlie was the figurehead, but there's 100 names behind the scenes that you'll never know. And I'm not talking about Tyler or Mikey or, all the regional directors and shit like that. Like, true believers. And I don't think it's healthy for the movement going forward to nitpick stuff.
What about the president though of different chapters? Like, people are resigning left and right from Turning Point, saying this is not.
I think a lot of it
not what I signed up for. This is not that. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that people, the young people, and here's your bone for the day. I think that, and I think Charlie was grappling with it as well. A lot of young people are very fed up about Israel, and I think that a lot of the youth out there doesn't like the out and out support. The Iran war isn't helping, and they're not wrong about it. And I'm somebody who is pro-Israel, doing whatever they want on their own, but people are real. I'm telling you, I tell a story all the time whenever I speak at Turning Point chapters about how when I was in college, I might have told the story on the show before, but when I was in college, I heard Ben Shapiro come talk, and it was like 2015, like the height of that whole era of like him and Milo, and really starting to get those like, insert person destroys videos on YouTube and shit. When I tell that story now and I mention Ben Shapiro's name, I watch kids take their phone out of their pocket and start texting. Like if you've ever been on stage, you can tell when you lose a crowd instantly. And the other day I was speaking in front of 3 Turning Point chapters, and it's like a nice story. It's not about Ben. It's about how it was the first time I heard a person do what he does, with the debating and the facts, and how that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And how do I do that? Whatever he's doing, that's what I want to do. I tell like a nice story about that and completely lose the crowd. And I've gone out on stage at Gotham in New York City. I've gone out there and fucking bombed. I didn't lose a crowd as bad as I did then. And it's something that I think that the organization was grappling with. And, Charlie's death in the Iran war only made that, magnified it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to Madeline's point, though, like it might be beneficial to them to pick somebody else to be the face to the name, right? It might be like, obviously Erica Kirk drives a certain people nuts or whatever, and like, and it's not dishonoring her, it's not dishonoring Charlie Kirk, but like they need somebody like Charlie Kirk to step up, somebody to fill that role in a different way, because she's not doing it in the same way that he is. She will never be the same person that he is. And so if the expectation is that like she's going to draw the same type of people, she's going to connect with the younger crowd, she's going to be able to go up, like it's unrealistic. And so
Charlie was 101. There's even if I would say if you're gonna put somebody in there, it's Jack Posobiec. Just name rec wise for young people, social media, and I'm sure people have a dozen other names they could stick in there. Charlie was 101. No, tell me who played small forward on or tell me who played shooting guard on the Bulls after Jordan. You don't know who it is. You don't know who played shortstop after Derek Jeter. You don't know who the quarterback of the Patriot was after Tom Brady. There's 101. Whoever comes in next is never going to live up to what happened before.
Well, I mean, the thing is like, she drives some people nuts. Like they hate her for the fucking cry and stuff like that.
She's just not humble. Like she doesn't come off humble. She's literally, and Trump and them have not helped the situation. Listen, they have the money. They should hire PR, and they should hire somebody that doesn't give a damn about any of our like agendas, and that would just help her image, because whatever they're telling her to do with this whole image thing is the worst thing I've ever seen. She needs a new PR person. It has nothing to do with what I do for a living. It has to do with, I just think the message and what they're trying to do, and like they're basically trying to bulldoze everyone and like say like she's not going anywhere. But listen, 18 and up, you can vote. And that is the young people, they are coming out hard because Trump got all these young people to come vote. I mean, used to see like it wasn't cool to be conservative back when I was 18 and I was conservative, so I would know. But like last election, we saw all these young people, and I used to be jealous because I was like, I wish when I was young, it was like a fun mega party, because it wasn't like we got shit on hard and it was like our own little club. But, it is what it is. I was just saying, she's not helping herself, and I don't think she's helping the administration. And it's not Candace. I retweeted it out this week. Like, different people are resigning. Presidents of like Georgia's chapter, actually, Jay. She was the president of Turning Point USA, and that, I guess, she retired. Like, I don't know. She said she couldn't do it anymore.
But we're not devoid of talent, right? We have people out there that could step into that role. I'll give an example. Nick Shirley, right? He's out there doing his thing or whatever. Like, we're not just like, you know, these fucking boomers. Like, you know, we have talented young people that could step into this role that don't draw like this negativity like she does. And I'm not like, Chat's going nuts. But like, you know, I just think that they need somebody else to step into that role, somebody else to be their face to their name. Like, it has to be somebody else. And that's not disrespecting her. I feel terrible for her. I just don't think she's the one. Like, she should not be out there. Like, they shouldn't be propping her up like she's Charlie Kirk, but she'll never be that way. She's not personable like he was. She's not somebody who's going to be out at college campuses debating with people. Like, they need to have somebody else step into that role the way he did.
She won't. She keeps like coming up with reasons she won't show up. But the bottom line is, like, I mean,
not everybody's made. Look, not everybody's made to do that.
The only thing I will say about this is I just hate that everyone acts like we're attacking Erica Kirk as the morning mother, like the morning mother and the morning wife. That's not who I'm attacking. I'm attacking the person that's spending tons of money to prop up her image, and they're doing a terrible job. I'm propping up the person that keeps going on every news channel and like fake crying and like using her little evil eye and acting like everybody who's questioning things is wrong. I'm not judging the mom that she is, and I'm not judging her as a wife. That what happened to her is terrible. I can't imagine. But you also, like, the day she stepped up in that role, I have not seen her with her children as a mother. I have not seen her that grieve. That's the problem, is maybe she, you know what? Maybe they should come out with the pictures of the kids, or like even the backs of their heads of like her doing that. I get it. She doesn't owe it to us. But if she wants to like end that narrative, she's not helping herself, because we never see it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair, it's valid, like all of these. I think it's, you know, it's fair and valid to be able to like share your opinion, how it's, you know, if it's rubbing you the wrong way or your thoughts about it. Like, I don't think there's any issue. I think it's better to put it out there, put it on the table, and say like, yeah, you know. So
how about that? How about that Ukrainian embassy staffer stealing the bottles of wine?
Yeah, that fuck, like
that woman. Let me tell you something. That woman, and that's how you pivot. No, I get it, but
Kevin's like, how do we get off this topic?
No, it's fine. So I'm going to go back to
how about the talent rep from CAA that finished his burrata when everyone was heading to the table?
That must have been some good burrata.
That guy didn't give a shit. He's like, yo, I paid $10,000 for this seat. I'm eating this cheese.
So going back to the reactions, you know, they're just to kind of highlight and touch on some of them. We've talked about conspiracy theories, suspicious stage. It's kind of this proves we need more security versus don't politicize it. Your side caused this versus, you know, focusing on the individual attacker and security failures. A lot of that just kind of being thrown around, which, you know, leads me to my next question. Is it possible for us, society, to process incidents like this without them becoming partisan discussions?
No.
Well, the thing is like, you know, people like these leftist organizations, they prop these people up and they have donors, and there's never repercussions for these people. They push the rhetoric, they prop up, like, for instance, I'm just going to say protests and stuff like that, protests, riots and stuff like that. They prop these things up, they fund the media, and there are never repercussions for the people at the donor level, which I think there should be. That's part of the problem. That's why these things keep escalating. That's why it gets worse, because people like Soros, people like George Clooney. They can just throw money at these things, and there are zero repercussions for them. They're safe in their tower. They don't have to worry about it or whatever. They can just, they're two entities disconnected from it. They're just donating. They're doing it from their, on whatever they're saying. They're doing it, from their philanthropic, point of view, or they're trying to like donate to make the country better. But really what they're trying to do is they're trying to divide. They're trying to encourage things like this, encourage people to make attempts at the president. They're trying to increase the danger in these cities, dropping off pallets of bricks and stuff like that. There are zero repercussions for the people that are funding it. That's the problem. And they have this army of people that are willing to step into this place and do it for them. Go over to Blue Sky one time.
That is a pit.
Go over to Blue Sky one time, and there's literally like it's everybody on there is making threats at the president. Like it's crazy. And just imagine if you did the same thing to Joe Biden or whatever, you would be in prison. They would ruin your life. But apparently it's okay for them to sit over there and do this shit, and they're propped up by these leftist donors and it's just become okay to do this. Even the former FBI director, now granted, he got indicted today. Hopefully he sees, he actually sees the inside of a jail cell, but I don't have any hope for that. Just because, we haven't seen anything, productive since, we've taken over. And if we can't get it done on our watch to hold people accountable for these types of things, what happens when they take back over?
I'll tell you what we need. We need Attorney General Lee Zeldin. That's what we need.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like a lot of conservatives were against Blanche, but he's honestly done a better job than fucking Pam Bondi did. Like,
he needs to relax because he's really doing a great job, and the better job he does, I'd like him to suck so that Zeldin can go in.
Well, honestly, it makes me actually the night of the ballroom when they all like crowded around Trump's desk and right before the in the press conference, like after the whole thing happened, all these photos of them came out. And every time I see these photos of like Todd Blanche and like the cool guys club, like the boys club, it makes me so frustrated because everybody else who is behind the scenes and wanted to see accountability, whistleblowers, whatever it is, what he did to Ed Martin was horrible. I mean, the guy sucks, bottom line. And they've literally ruined DOJ. And the fact that he's just walking around like acting like he's a part of the club now, it drives me absolutely insane.
Well, the thing is like it's easy to improve on nothing, right? So it's easy to improve on somebody who did absolutely nothing for the DOJ. And I'll give an example, right? The whole Nick Shirley exposure thing, and Madeline's gonna like this because that whole thing was popping off in Minnesota, and the very next day, Pam Bondi was given a speech with Miriam Adelson on Jewish, on Jewish hate or whatever. It was like, what are you doing? You should be.
I brought this up before. Yeah, they were at the conference down
in Miami, and it was like,
and meanwhile, that was
like
horrible.
get involved in the fucking things that are happening within the country. Like get involved, and like you don't need to be down there at the speech doing this thing. Like it's. Like she just was completely tone deaf, like completely disconnected from everything that was going on within the country. And, like I said, it's easy to move on somebody that's doing absolutely nothing in their role. And she was doing absolutely nothing. And then, hardcore MAGA accounts or whatever block me for being critical of her. It doesn't make any sense because she was doing us no favors. She was doing nothing in that job.
Yeah, no, she was terrible.
She was terrible. She was the worst. We wasted a year and a half on her stupid, like it should have taken 90 days and they should have replaced her. But now, Kevin wants Lee Zeldin or whatever. I'm not sure that we can get somebody like Lee Zeldin because he would be good at that job. he would be good. And so he has to get through the Senate confirmation. And I don't think that we're going to be able to get a guy that we want. I don't think.
How much, look, I don't know how long it takes to get an indictment or an investigation or anything like that, but like
Too long.
No, but that's what I'm saying. How much of this was going on when Pam Bondi was the head, and it's like coming to fruition now, but they needed you said it took a long time. She's only been out for a month. So like how, you know what I mean? How long?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff though, I almost feel like that Todd Blanche was running interference on a lot of these cases. I don't know if Todd Blanche was also screwing over Bondi. We don't know the behind the scenes. I know she didn't want to step down. And I don't know what I can say and not say. All I do know is that I think Todd Blanche may have screwed Bondi on that.
I don't know what I can say and not say.
No, well, when you get demand letters because you're a part of all that crap, and
so serious.
Well, because I'm like,
we got the king here. You're on your throne. This is good.
Well, you guys naturally transitioned into the DOJ after Bondi discussion. So some things that have been, so it's, basically a conversation about what the DOJ has been able to accomplish in, as you just said, Kevin, less than a month since Pam Bondi was fired. SPLC indicted for funds to the KKK, Fauci advisor charged over COVID, Somalian daycares raided in Minnesota, Comey charged for 8647 threat, 4 rogue prosecutors fired, firing squad is reinstated. Madeline, I was so excited to talk to you about this because I know for a long time on the stream, you've been sort of like, whatever, critical of Bondi, and it's come up a lot.
Well, this also goes to Cash Patel. Like, he's not doing the things that he said he was going to do. Like, he's like, we needed a cop in this role, and they're acting like lawyers. They're acting like, they're really not accomplishing much in terms of, and if we can't get it done under President Trump, we can't get it done under the first 2 years under President Trump, then what happens after, if Democrats win the midterms and we just go through this indictment process or whatever, like they're gonna impeach him. They're gonna, try and stop everything with Hegseth. These people are gonna go through absolute hell for the next 2 years if we lose the midterms, and it's going to stop all progress in terms of conservatism. I don't know. We had this opportunity and they fucking blew it.
Kevin, you gonna come back or?
Right. He wants to keep us in suspense. The suspense is killing me. In the meantime, Chris, thank you so much. What's up, guys? Thank you for the green siren. I love it. What does it mean? I don't know.
What does it mean? Yeah.
What does green siren mean? Well, I appreciate it. Sounds like a good evening, Chris. Green means good, right? Go. I don't know.
It must be something with Rumble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're right. Everyone's coming from Rumble, so we appreciate you. So I know, Madeline, you've already kind of talked about it, but how are you feeling about that? Like, kind of recapping this past month since Bondi. Are you happy?
I think number one, Todd Blanche has run interference on a lot of the weaponization cases. And I think Todd Blanche wanted Bondi out. I think he wanted his moment. He also wanted to probably run interference on other cases. I think there's certain people in this administration, like Tulsi Gabbard, who a lot of people are calling for her job because she has continued to push on. And if you recall, people like Tulsi, people like Comer have said, listen, we have a ton of referrals sitting on Bondi's desk waiting. And Ed Martin was one that spoke out, and people in Ed Martin's camp spoke out. And that's when Todd Blanche pushed him out. And I know exactly who did it. His name's Neil McCabe. I'm blocked. He blocked my ass on X because he knows I know. That goes back to that. And so, Todd Blanche is covering his own ass because he has shit. And I've talked to watchdog groups, and if people want to talk about that, then that's a whole thing. He needs to go. And all these cases that are coming, they've been sitting on Bondi's desk. It's not because Todd Blanche is doing anything. They've been ready to go. And I also think Trump, with this Iran war, right? I think Trump needs some cases to come out, because right now with all the talks, the up and down with the different things with oil and the markets, I think Trump basically told Todd Blanche, like, listen, we need something to distract. And I personally, there's not been like anything that I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Like, there's nothing. There's plenty of things. Our president was almost assassinated in Butler County. We still don't have the whole story there. Cash said, no, we're not going to get that. The Epstein files, they're not going to do anything there. Tulsi Gabbard has Obama nailed, apparently, and we're not going down that road either. So, like, if you want me to be honest, it goes back to like what we were saying about Bondi when she was down doing that whole Israel conference. She had to, what's the stupid reporter? I'm about to sound racist. What's the black reporter that got arrested?
Don Lemon.
Don Lemon. Can't stand him. Yeah, can't think of his name. Don Lemon, he had to get arrested because at the end of the day, she was down in Miami while this was going on, talking about Israel, while Don Lemon was in that church. And if he didn't, because she had said down when she was in Florida, her number one thing as DOJ is protecting Israel and prosecuting those who are anti-Semitic. So when Don Lemon did that in Minnesota, it felt like that was why he kind of got screwed there, because she was trying to make a point. But no, I think that the DOJ is going to be the number one thing that hurts us. And honestly, it's a big disappointment. Trump's disappointed me a lot lately. I love my president. I support him in a lot of ways. Having Karen Bass was kind of my last straw with him in the White House recently. Speaking of Africa, like, she was boarding a flight. People begged her not to go because they saw the weather. Like, the guys come out and said, it was me that was on the phone begging her not to leave. Like, we knew the fires were going to happen, and she went to Africa instead. And Trump just platformed Karen Bass right before the primary.
And said she did a good job. Like, what are you crazy? Like, yeah. She did a horrendous job. Get Spencer Pratt.
My friends all lost their businesses. My friends lost their houses. Like, where my daughter would have gone to school, like, the school burned down. Like, no, I'm not okay with it. And yeah, it's personal, but at the same time, I would find it. There's fires down in Georgia. I hope we're trying to push people get elected so we know that we have somebody who can speak for that. Like, it's ridiculous what's going on and who he's platforming. And at the end of the day, he's screwed over the DOJ. Every time he gets elected, he picks the worst AGs. I don't understand it. And meanwhile, it's going to be him and his kids that they're going to come after. Midterms are coming. And after midterms, if we lose, his kids are all going to be they're all going to be in court again. Like, what? Why do they want to do that? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. The thing is like, like, to your point about Karen Bass, like, he should have never had her there. She did a horrendous job during the fires or whatever, and he should be platforming Spencer Pratt. Honestly, like, he should have been platforming somebody who's trying to make it better there. I don't know why.
Well, do you think that hurts Spencer Pratt in that primary? Like, do you think it?
Well, don't platform his fucking opponent. Like, what are you doing? Like, why would you bring her there and say she's doing a good job?
I mean, do you think maybe somebody told him that if you bring her to the White House, it's going to hurt her?
I don't know that it does, because, like, there are people.
Absolutely not, because people are in California. People are right now. I believe California would actually be a state where we can flip seats and see red win, because they're more focused on their state. Gavin Newsom has completely, it's a dumpster fire, right? So people are not worried about the Iran war. You want to talk about gas? Gas has always been $7, $6 in LA, where the rest of the country is feeling the pain. LA's been feeling it for like 5 years. So, that's why this matters. Going back to 2020, when Karen Bass was running for mayor against Rick Caruso, and when Trump did the whole thing with the insurrection, she talked horrible about that president. And all Trump has said is what a scam LA is, what a scam, all the fraud in LA, all the fraud in California. And then you're going to go take a huge political Democratic name who funds NGOs, was in Africa, and you're going to go platform her? No, because what it does is it swings the Democrats who were going to swing for Spencer Pratt. They're going to be like, oh, well, Trump kind of likes her and I'm a Democrat. So, well, I might as well stick with my party rather than go with a different party this time.
And she's literally a card carrying communist. Like, she goes to Cuba. Like, she's like, it's crazy that you would, like, there's nothing good to be said about this woman. And she didn't do a good job. And exactly right. Yeah. Like, she deserves zero praise. We can just be honest about things. It's not political gamesmanship. He needs to just say, like, she did a horrendous job. She did do a horrendous job. Like, it's still a mess down there.
Adrian said this hatred for president and violence toward him and any Republican needs, well, honestly, to anyone, but needs to stop, is driving the mentally ill to the edge of their mental capability and causing them to do outrageous things. I think in general, right, the narrative, we talk a lot about the narrative, the rhetoric, the hate, the divisiveness, all of that. I mean, we're seeing come out in such ugly ways. So to your point, absolutely, I agree with all of that. Something else on the list, James Comey, that I want to talk about. James Comey, 8647. As of today, former FBI Director James Comey was indicted again by the U.S. Department of Justice. The new case centers on his social media post from 2025, where Comey posted a photo of seashells arranged as 8647. I have a quick video for you guys.
Has indicted former FBI Director James Comey for a second time. Justice correspondent David Spunt's got the story. He's here in Washington. Hey, David, they're going to go at it again.
John, they're going at it again, not even a year after they went at it after the first time. We're told this via several law enforcement sources. We're told this is related to an Instagram post from the former FBI director last year when he posted on the beach. You may remember there was a formation of shells that said 8647 that were in that pairing of 8647, and he said something along the lines of, isn't this a curious formation that I just found while walking on the beach? Well, critics to that post immediately pointed out that 86, at least in the restaurant world, means to get rid of or to kill something from a menu, 47 meaning the 47th president of the United States. So Comey did speak with the Secret Service, did speak with federal investigators. At the time he was interviewed last spring or early last summer, shortly after that happened, no charges were ever filed, but now it appears that he has been indicted today. We're working to learn more about the indictment. We're waiting to see if officials have anything to say on this. That is the post that you see right there, cool shell formation on my beach walk, from former director James Comey. Now, you also remember that he was indicted last year as well for allegedly lying to Congress.
So I'm curious how you guys feel about this. I see some already strong reactions from the chat, which I appreciate. Truck This says, this indictment is exactly why I hate being associated with Republicans. Chris, I don't think Comey should be a free man for many reasons, but if you're going to go after 8647, you're going to have to indict everyone on social media who followed. I'm curious how you guys feel about this. I mean, it feels a little extreme to me, you know, so it's like, are these prosecutions politically motivated? There's obviously a long-standing public feud and history between Trump and Comey. Or is this legit a credible threat?
Well, the thing is he's the former FBI director, right? He's not just Joe Blow on the internet, you know, like the Krasensteins or whatever. They did the same thing or whatever. Like, he's not some dumb idiot like on the internet posting these things. He's the former FBI director. There's an issue, and there's a certain level of, you know, care that needs to come with these things. You cannot be at this level making these statements. You didn't see Barack Obama making this statement, even though he probably thought it. Like, if you're going to be at this level and you're going to like be on this platform or whatever, like you cannot be doing these things, and it undermines our country, and he absolutely should go to prison for doing this. I'm telling you right now, like, because he's a former FBI director, you cannot be doing these things. That undermines everything, and it makes it okay for all these other people to go wild on Blue Sky and all these other things. Like it sets a precedent, and you need to go after somebody like that. You cannot allow that.
I mean, look, I don't think anything's coming of this. I think this is just kind of to tie Comey up. If I'm being honest with you, which, like, I also don't, fuck him. So if he's got to spend $200,000 to be in a courtroom for the next couple of years, like, no skin off my ass. He did it to plenty of other people. So, but am I confident that, like, he's going to go to? No, I don't see it.
I think it's all about setting an example, right? Like if you come from a small town, 100 people can do something wrong, but it's always like the one person that will get arrested because they try to make an example out of that person. Like, one of the popular people in the small town. I think for Comey, with his background, he shouldn't have posted that. He knew better. And I think they're trying to make an example. I think this is going to be this opens the door also, especially with all the Iran war stuff going on and all the different AI photos from Melania and Trump. I think it's going to be really, by 2028, like election, I think it's going to be really scary, because I think photos are going to be outrageous, the things you can post. I mean, I just saw a crazy cartoon that somebody made, or a meme someone made for one of my candidates. And, it's a lot of things are AI. And so, yeah, if he made that, that's crazy. But again, they're setting an example. And I think this opens the door, though, for a lot of online things. And what really scares me about that is if Democrats take over after we lose the midterms, and the midterms are down payment, guys, to 2028, I'm afraid, because a lot of us Republicans have been posting really crazy memes and photos for how many years now. They're going to come for us. So again, it's kind of like the whole, it's like the whole speech thing. Like we can't come after them for saying things, because they're going to come after us. If we tell them, kick them off of platforms, then they're going to kick us off of platforms. Like I feel like
I think they're going to do it anyway. So
Right.
why not? It's the same thing with the filibuster. John Thune doesn't want to do it, even though Democrats have already said they're. Oh, he sucks. Like,
he sucks.
It turns out he was just lucky enough to be born on top of a shitload of oil and natural gas, which is why he's where he is. Like, it's actually genuinely frustrating how useless that guy is.
Well, the thing is like Trump is doing himself no favors. He endorsed John Thune, right? He endorsed Kevin McCarthy. He endorsed Mike Johnson. He endorsed all these people.
He endorsed Lindsey Graham. He endorsed
that are completely undermining him. Like, just you don't have to endorse everybody, every freaking race that's going on. Like, if they're gonna undermine you or whatever, just stay out of it. Like, you don't have to endorse every single person. You don't have to have an opinion about every single person. Like, just if you know that they're gonna undermine you or whatever, like, and the other thing too is, like, he's loyalists like Ken Paxton, he's not endorsed him. It's like, this is not sports gambling. You're not trying to pick who the winner is so you can get a payout for these things. Like, pick the person that's been loyal, pick the person that's going to help your agenda, and endorse them. Like Ken Paxton. Ken Paxton is a perfect example of somebody that he needs to endorse, because Ken Paxton is going to support him. John Cornyn is going to undermine everything that he tries to do. And I don't care, like, whatever, like his voting record or whatever, like he's not a friend to President Trump. So it shouldn't be even a consideration that he's going to endorse him. Get the fuck out of here. You are not, like, that guy doesn't need to be endorsed on anything. John Cornyn is a straight up rhino, and he's going to hurt everything that we're trying to do.
Also, if Trump would come out and endorse Paxton, maybe we wouldn't waste $100 million on a race that we're going to win for no reason anyway.
Exactly.
Like, do you know how much primary money is going to be wasted on this stupid fucking race?
Yeah. It's
like an aggressive amount of money.
Exactly right.
I mean, also it's the same. It's the same as like in Lindsey Graham's race. It's crazy.
Don't
all of
endorse him.
these
Just,
races.
if you don't want to endorse Don Brown, then just don't endorse anybody. Just stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Well, going back to the new indictment for Comey, Madeline, to your point, it is a good point. Something that I have realized being around my friends on the left is I'm always like, they're not going to take whatever, like the high road, or it's not like so I kind of feel like they're like, well, they do it, so there's a lot of that going on, right? There's a lot of the left doing things that they called the right out for. And I just feel like that's happening on all fronts. And I think this is another example where, I mean, it's a valid point, because all of my friends are like, well, they do it, so we can't not do it. So anyway, it's a good point. It's
But you know what though, is that we don't do it. We wait for them to do it and then talk about how they did it. But we don't do it. Democrats just make shit up as they go along. Like all the like literally
100%, I agree. But
in the same interview, Jamie Raskin was asked about his fiery language about President Trump. And he says, I don't have fiery language against President Trump. I just have a problem with fascism. And I'm like, that you just said you didn't do the thing you just did.
I honestly, though, think Trump, it honestly makes me mad. I feel like Trump was like, I like the Clintons. Like, Trump literally said, like, I like the Clintons. It came out of his mouth during the Epstein files. He's like, I hate to see them going through hearings. What the fuck? What? Excuse my language. What? Like, Trump has actually been, like, Karen Bass, like, he's been platforming Democrats, and, like, honestly, if I was Trump and his kids, I'd want every single person, like Adam Schiff, and all of the people that made their life a living hell, all the judges, I would want every single one of them behind bars and indicted, and I would want to bleed all of them dry. But, this is what I will say. All the Democrats who keep saying Trump is getting wealthy and Trump is getting richer and all these things, well, they're going to need the money, because if Trump doesn't get his DOJ to start really pushing down the crime, all of him and his kids are going to be indicted again, and all of their money is going to go to court cases. So maybe that's what they're gearing up for. I don't know. It goes back to the back and forth. Like, it's like a pendulum, right, Angela? It's like, and it's honestly annoying. And really, while the donor class and this class keep going back and forth of the elites, it's the American people, the voters and the middle class that are like, look, I don't give a shit. I can't pay my bills. I don't know what's going on. I don't want this data center down the street coming in. I don't want this to happen. No, I don't want my car to have a kill switch. No, I don't want biometrics in my car. Like, people are sick of it. We're all tired of it. We really wanted Trump to be transparent and to fight for, the little guy, the voter, the voter class, whatever you would want to call it. Hillary Clinton would call it the flyover states. But at the end of the day, they're the heart of America. They're the backbone of this country. And I feel like all we're doing is just watching a game of tennis between the elites and between the DC insiders. And I'm really tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's just a lot of blame game. And like you said, back and forth, we're losing track of the plot, what really matters, all of that. There's a lot of distractions. What I was speaking to, Kev, because it's just like sort of like election fraud as an example, right? The left was like, the right, it just, I feel like we're hearing that now where people aren't accepting the results, like on the left, which is like, how are you doing what you are calling out the right for doing? And here you are being like, there's election fraud. It's a stolen election. I don't believe the results. Like,
well, it's also they're denying the results of an election that hasn't happened yet. Like, there are serious things that happened in 2020. The Pennsylvania violated its own constitution with universal mail-in ballots. How do I know that? Because the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, 3 weeks after the election, ruled mail-in ballots unconstitutional. We know there were shenanigans. Would it have changed the election? I don't know. If he wins Pennsylvania but loses all the other ones, does he still lose the election? Sure. But what I'm saying is that, you can't go into the game saying if you lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're denying results of the election because they're not getting the gerrymandering that they want. And it's pretty bad. And look, all gerrymandering is not equal. Virginia is a 50-50 state, and it would have been 9-1. Florida is not a 50-50 state. So when they redistrict, like, it's for a reason. I got to say, that Florida map is bananas. Though I'll say whoever drew that up is a gem, but it's so good. Like, you really, if you got bad eyes, you can't see the blue areas.
It is there though.
Well, the California leadership and the GOP and the California leadership sucks, but not for Republicans. And I'll admit that Corinne Rankin sucks. She's the head of the Republican Party in California, but the one problem with gerrymandering is nobody knows their districts now. If you talk to different people who are in California, candidates, or if you talk to voters, they have no idea what district they're in, let alone a lot of people. Primaries, it's always a suppressed vote. The turnout is always low. Add in that nobody knows what district they're in. I have candidates that come to me, other candidates, not my own, that are like, yeah, we're talking about where our lines are. Like, do you know where my line is compared to yours? And it's like, and that's where I called out the lack of leadership in California Republicans, because they should have really sent things out. They've done a lot of bad things, but at the end of the day, gerrymandering can really confuse voters, and it can help you, but it can also hurt you in a lot of ways, even if the map is drawn for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
like, I think we should have, like, all this gerrymandering shit is like, I really think we should avoid it at all costs. And I think we're going to continue to see migration and people leaving certain states. And I think we should, Republicans should try to wait, because at this rate, we're too late anyways.
Yeah. And look, based on migration patterns, and this is not me saying it, it's the Recount, which is like a radically left-wing organization. In 2032, if populations continue to move the way they do, and we get voter roll purges, Democrats can't win a presidential election based on the Electoral College. Like, if Democrats win every Rust Belt state, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, they still lose. Just based on population movement, the amount of people who have left New York. California is going to lose 3 congressional seats. New York's going to lose 2. Illinois is going to lose 1. Tennessee, Florida, Idaho, and Arizona and Texas are going to pick up seats. That's an entire state loss. That's Georgia, just based on population movement. So I think they're trying to redraw these lines right now because look, 28 is going to, most incumbent parties don't win again. I don't care who it is. 28 looks rough. So I think they're trying to preserve as much as they can there to at least keep the House in that amount of time.
All right. So we have a pretty good back and forth going on in the chat right now that I want to bring, because I want to show that, we're trying to welcome conversations. Rod thinks that we don't want to bring this into the chat, but we do. So Rod said, why doesn't he release the Trump Epstein files? And then because we were on a different topic, Rod, he said they don't want to touch that. We're the only ones in the chat. They see it. I do see it. I was waiting till we were on a different topic.
But here's the thing is that whatever they release right now, it won't be good enough. If they released everything they had, people like, there we go, there's more.
Listen, I find the Epstein files absolutely disgusting. I think that the way Pam Bondi handled it from the beginning is just negligence from the start. I think Trump ran on transparency. I think he should have been way more transparent. I think the fact that they keep trying to hide it. I think our ties to Israel, because Israel is one of those countries that, like, they don't want the Mossad, they don't want certain things. I think they knew that they would be heavily involved in those. So I think that's another reason they pushed back. I think there's a lot of reasons, but I will say this, there is not one person on this panel that would not openly discuss and push to have the Epstein files released. We all have called out it for the last few months, and I would continue. And I support Massey for everything he did. I think him running on it was smart because it's all the Israel lovers that, hate him and are trying to primary him. So, good for them.
There was one guy before in the chat that said all MAGAs are uneducated. So when I closed my camera, I went and got
your diploma.
My
I knew I was going to say.
My double bachelor's degree from Stony Brook University. I'm just saying. So for that guy, whoever you are, why don't you take my useless poli-sci degree and stick it right up your ass?
What bothers me about that is it's just an insult. It's name calling. It's an insult. You're not making yourself look good. You're not proving any points. You're just making yourself look bad by saying that. The name calling and the nastiness and the insults. And I know but you know what? Trump out for that too. That's not I don't like that about Trump. I will put that I don't think it's right on any level. So I think it's creating to the divide.
There's nothing less educated than thinking having a degree makes you smart. Because I got news for you, okay? There's some guy in Iowa right now that can't read that has more money than you could ever dream of having with your master's degree. And he grows all your food. So my boy Mike dropped out of high school in 9th grade. Built his house, bought a piece of land out here on Long Island, and just over 6 months built a house. Didn't get out of 9th grade. I guarantee you, he is far more impressive than your English lit degree, than your what do they call them? South Campus majors, all the humanities and shit. This poli-sci degree I have behind me, I got the frame at Michael's, and the frame is more valuable. The only thing I learned in college was, fellas, write this down. Don't propose on a holiday or a birthday. Because then if you break it off, she doesn't have to give the ring back. But because it's a gift and not a verbal contract. That's the only thing I remember from college. But
it's about thinking outside the box. You got to think outside the box.
Yeah, I mean, most people with master's degrees think electricity comes from the wall. That we survived all the way up until World War XI.
Oh my God, here we go.
While we're on, I'll detract from that. While we're on the topic of insults, I got one. No, while we're on the topic of insults, hey Angela, are you still doing those stupid ass shorts on YouTube showing how happy and sophisticated you are being childless and single? I mean, if you think that they're stupid,
you're watching them.
And you know about them, and you know who I am, and here you are. So,
but you have heard of me. It's my favorite. It's my favorite line from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, the people who comment, who are you?
Scott Jenkins, 6972.
6972, kind of just to wrap up 8647, since we're throwing out numbers. I mean, my only thing about that, right, is is it an actual credible threat? 86, when they say 86 is kill, I'm I was in the restaurant business. That's to me, a little extreme. It's more nix it, we're out of it, a kind of thing. So I'm
But he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
You don't get to become FBI. You don't get to become FBI director by, oh shucks, look, I fell for an internet meme. Come on. He's not a stupid person. He knew what he was saying. He probably had a book coming out the next week. Wanted to get his name in the headlines, and he got it. And now he's got an indictment that he's never going to go to jail for, but it's going to cost him his entire book advance. So you know what? Whatever.
Chris said all states need to pass legislation about how the language of referendums on the ballots can be. Virginia isn't the only example of a badly worded ballot on that topic.
Not all states have ballot initiatives. So, all the elections are run by individual states, and they're not going to police themselves. I will say that Virginia ballot initiative wording, whatever Democrat consultant wrote that, let me tell you, just as somebody in the industry, well done, because that sentence meant nothing. It meant, do you want to, let me get the wording of the Virginia. Let me see if I can pull it up. You tell me if you know what this means. Like it. Oh, ballot question. Where is it? Where's the ballot question? Is this it? Should the Constitution of Virginia be amended to allow the General Assembly to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to restore fairness in the upcoming election while ensuring Virginia's standard redistricting process resumes for all future redistricting after the 2030 census? That is not a sentence. Like, that is, they just stuck fair. The word, like, if you look at the actual, I think fairness might be the actual middle of the sentence. Like, whoever wrote that, just, you're not getting paid enough.
All right, I'm going to move us on to Tim Walz versus Kash Patel. There's a public spat today on X, and I'm going to pull up a little bit of it for you here. So basically this public spat on X today was over Tim Walz seemingly, over credit for the large scale FBI HSI raids on more than 20 locations in Minnesota, targeting alleged fraud schemes. What do you see going on here? Is Walz kind of trying to take the credit here, doing a victory lap to claim credit for this? Obviously, Patel clapped back pretty hard. And I guess, my question is is that necessary? Is that childish? I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
No, Kash Patel's a bro from Garden City. He's going to fire back. He's like the ultimate bro. Look, do I have any confidence that Keith Ellison is going to, even if they did look into the fraud, do I have any confidence? I mean, one guy got 6 months in jail for robbing $12 million. I'd get more than that for holding up a liquor store. So do I have any confidence in them to do it? No. And is it because of the work of the state and local partners in Minnesota? No, it's not. It's because Nick Shirley embarrassed you all. And now suddenly the state of California is looking into weird ballot initiatives the week after James O'Keefe shows up. Suddenly, here it is. We've been having homeless people sign petitions forever, which is actually a genius move, I got to tell you. But, they're going to fight. Look, there are some people in the administration who, even if you don't like them, they're going to fight back. They're not just going to let you make shit up. Do I wish Kash Patel would spend less time on Twitter? Sure. I understand why he's going after Tim Walz. He makes it easy because he is, everyone say it on 3.
Tampon Tim.
Retarded. The fact that people are driving past Tim Walz's house just yelling the word retard is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, look, like I said, it is a federal crime. You're taking from the federal system. And I have no confidence in left-wing DAs to do anything like Tisch or Keith Ellison. I'm happy Kash did it.
Should Tim Walz be able to take any
You're
credit?
tired of yourself?
What? Wait, what'd you say?
I said, are you tired of yourself?
I'm tired of the eye
Definitely not us.
I'm tired of the eye rolling, okay? and your little text messages on the side. But
yeah, so I'm just saying, should Tim Walz be able to take any credit for this? Typically, right, there is some sort of coordination, collaboration between governors and federal agencies on big investigations. In this, but right, this happened under his watch. Did he downplay, ignore, whatever? That's on the table. So
no, because it's the state's job to look into this. The federal government is coming to clean up the mess the state didn't do. I mean, how many daycare centers could there be in Minneapolis? It's not that big of a city. It just isn't. It's 600,000 people. There's more people in half of Queens. You know, I just don't cause a problem and then ask for credit for the solution. You know, Tim Walz could have nipped this in the bud very simply by, you know, allowing, you know, not importing, you know, 22% of your population from the third world, or, you know, not, or watching autism funding in Minnesota go from $1 million to like $65 million in like 3 years. And did everyone in St. Paul become autistic like last week? No, everyone knew something was happening. The whistleblowers that came out and spoke about it got retaliated against. Now I'm afraid to yawn. This one's gonna yell at me.
Now he can't stop yawning.
Now I can't. You got it like stuck in my head.
Yawn attack.
So yeah, I don't cause a problem and then try to take credit for solving it.
Someone should have noticed they were opening up more childcare centers than there were children.
Yeah, I mean that would seem to. Here we go. Perfect example. So L.A. There's the big hospice care fraud, right? 15% of all the hospice care in America is just in L.A. County. When everyone knows that if you're old in LA, you leave and you go to Arizona. Just like in New York, if you're old, you leave and go to Florida. Like, and Florida is the old people capital of the world. You mean to tell me that Florida doesn't have the most hospice patients? Have you been to a golf course in Florida in the last 100 years? Or like any beach? Bye, Jay.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Oh no, I don't like this. I'm between the two.
Jay never drops randomly. Like sometimes you disappear, Kev, but usually not Jay.
Stuck between the two of you.
Yeah.
Oh, how
stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle.
We got a little Kevin sandwich going on. This is good.
You look pretty happy about it. I don't know.
I mean, look, I could imagine me being in worse places right now.
Okay, well, we lost our train of thought here, but
well, you know, it could be worse. I could be stuck between Madeline and JoJo. So,
yeah. Have you seen that poll now?
If that was the case, I know there would probably be like shitty wine coming from this area. It's okay. She's got me blocked on Twitter anyway.
Who, me or JoJo?
JoJo.
Oh.
Because every time she would post,
she's got you blocked. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I like she has me blocked too.
I used to live in her comment section, and one day I was like, "Yo, the hardest working thing on your account is the filters," and she didn't like that too much.
Of course not, but everyone knows it.
You know what though? She's not nice, so I can be mean back. That's a rule.
You can have that rule. I mean, I don't know if it's an official rule, but you can certainly have that rule for yourself.
I am never mean first, but I'm always mean last.
Guys, you know, take notes if you like that rule. I missed the part where he called me old.
No, I said everybody from New York is old. Everybody from New York, when you get old, you move to Florida.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a poll going on right now, Madeline. You'll have to check out where. Yeah. Anyways, it's a me versus JoJo situation.
Oh yeah, JoJo. Some guy was like, "So I'll tell the story. It's funny." Some guy was like, "If you asked 100 people whether to pick between you or JoJo, 97% of them would pick her." And then I commented
97%.
I commented underneath, and I was like, "Yeah, because she's drunk, and it would just be far easier."
Oh man.
Also, like geographically speaking, it's far easier to get to Bergen County than it is to get to Florida. So, you know.
But yeah, if you want
what's with the bug eyes over there? What are you staring at over there? You?
I don't even know what's going on, but I'm Team Angela.
Yeah.
Woo! Jay, what happened? We lost you, but you're back.
So, I know I got an echo, but I had a pizza delivery guy there, and my kids weren't answering the door. So.
Ooh, all right. Well, you made everyone hungry now. So, yeah. Okay. What was my other? I have a couple. So, just quick final stuff on the Patel Walz thing. Should elected officials be quick to highlight their role in successes like this? Or does it look like politicizing law enforcement? Kevin's effing with us now.
He had pizza delivered.
Yeah, he was like, just like that.
Listen, I don't trust when people say pizza got delivered these days. We've had that happen one too many times. All right.
Well, yeah, I actually, yeah. So
yeah, you actually had pizza delivered. Okay.
Well,
Maybe you weren't getting like
what kind of pizza? We have to.
Sausage and mushroom is my favorite, and then my kids like pepperoni and bacon.
All right.
So,
all right.
Fair.
Good to know. I didn't hear Hawaiian in there. I didn't hear a whole ham pineapple debate going on.
Yeah, I'm not a psychopath.
Ooh. Here comes the chat going wild. Yeah, okay. Well, I know I need Kevin back for the last topic. I mean, the other question that I had kind of about the whole situation is who deserves public credit? Does it even matter? You know, if at the end of the day the fraud stops, does it matter who gets credit?
Does anyone actually think the fraud's gonna stop?
No, I don't. I don't. I think they're bluffing, and I don't expect any results because we haven't seen any thus far. So why would it be?
I literally said I was thinking to myself, Kevin needed a smoke break. And then he comes on.
Oh, she knows you so well.
Yeah, 9 a.m. fucking smoking a cigarette. I'm in bed. Yeah, and he's calling me. He's like, Madeline. I'm like,
it was noon where I was. Okay, like
he's outside smoking a cig.
Just because you're like,
put on, Kev.
Listen, just because your lazy ass didn't get out of bed until noon, I don't want to hear it.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No.
Can you hear me?
Oh, is she for real? Madeline, you can't hear him? I thought she was.
Oh, you can't hear me. Well, then I guess it's time for me to say all the things that I've wanted to say this whole time.
Yeah, this happens to Madeline. I think when other people drop and come back, she can't hear.
Oh,
so
that's well, that's good. I'll get it all out of my system now.
I mean, it's a weird random quirk that happens, and she'll be back. The fraud won't stop. They'll just get more creative at hiding it. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean,
people learn workarounds, and
you put one law in, someone's going to try to figure out a way to get around it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. All right. Last up, your favorite, Kev. We're going to talk about Lee Zeldin.
Nice. My boy.
We're going to talk about Lee Zeldin. There's a little Lee Zeldin versus Rosa DeLauro. This is today, right? We got Madeline back. Okay, perfect.
Yay. Oh, good.
Just
She's
in
back.
time. All right. Our last topic. Kevin
She's
is
back
really
in the right
excited.
spot that I can like Brady Bunch her.
We're talking about Lee Zeldin, who Kevin loves to talk about. So there's a little showdown today between Lee Zeldin and Rosa DeLauro during today's House Appropriations Committee hearing on the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency. For those of you who don't know, the budget, there was a heated exchange between EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin and Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. I have a little video clip. Check it out.
Hey. Is that your question? I'd say don't. If your cup was filled with glyphosate, I'm telling you as the administrator of EPA, don't drink it.
Thank you so much for agreeing to what we need to do.
I don't know what the question was. You're holding up a cup saying glyphosate.
You know,
don't drink it. Don't inject it.
Maybe you should try doing that. Okay, excuse me. Okay, I'm going to move on to a second question, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I hope it's not as long as the first one.
Well, it wouldn't have been prolonged, except that you know it's interesting.
Yeah, we come with facts. We have answers.
Go ahead.
She's not used to being pushed back.
I mean,
First
so
off,
I was overall this is seeming to be celebrated as a right win. I think most people. So I don't know. I'm like, is it a win for Americans though? Really, but Kev, did you watch this whole thing? Did you?
Oh,
know?
I watched it. I
figured.
I definitely watched. Miss Hannigan on meth tell Lee Zeldin to drink Roundup, because that's what it was. She basically told them to go drink poison. Like, first of all, I don't know why you would put glyphosate in anything that you're drinking. It's a pesticide, but she's from Connecticut, so she's never seen a farm before. I just look. There are impressive members of Congress on the Democratic side. That woman is not one of them. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you think your parents are the smartest people in the world, and then you grow up and you realize your parents are just as dumb as you are. Like, that's like what I think about 90% of the members of Congress. Like, that woman's that whole
This clip's going to go over really well, by the way.
it is. But look,
We're trying to create viral clips here, people. That's what we're doing. No.
share this out if you like it. No, but the whole point of this back and forth was she was mad that the EPA was not making sweeping regulations in the area of climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And Lee Zeldin cited the Supreme Court case that overturned Chevron doctrine that said they could not do that. But Rosa DeLauro is a dumbass and doesn't know what the Hepron decision is. She's on a subcommittee funding a law she hasn't read. Now, whether you think climate change is real or it's important or what, the Chevron doctrine says that, well, the overturning of Chevron says that executive executive departments cannot make sweeping regulations over entire industries. She did not know that. So she continued to badger Lee Zeldin on why the EPA was not making sweeping climate change regulations. And he was saying, I can't do that. It's against the law. And she was like, but climate change. First off, climate change. Bullshit. Number two, like, she's just dumb. Like, she's just dumb.
She has purple hair.
Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, I'm getting
the purple hair doesn't bother me per se.
Yo, if you're like half a punk rocker, or
do you?
No, if you're like kind of a punk rock chick and you want to dye your hair, you got like a little edge to you. If you're 197 years old from Greenwich, Connecticut, you don't have purple hair.
You should be wearing like a purple pin on your damn sweater, not in your hair. That's all I have to say.
And like
a brooch.
But here's also the thing, is that if one of you brought up cryptocurrency or how important the blockchain is, I do not know anything about the blockchain. So I'm not going to argue with you because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately after Zeldin brought up the Hepron, I think it's Hepron is the pronunciation. The minute he brought up that Supreme Court case, she should have went, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm going to move on. Instead, she kept harping it, and she looked dumber and dumber and dumber, and then told him to drink Monsanto pesticide cleaner that after Monsanto settled like a $20 billion lawsuit for giving everyone between the rivers cancer. Like, she's dumb. And Lee Zeldin he's quick on his feet. That Lee Zeldin right there is the Lee Zeldin I know personally. Like, I wish more people got to see it because he's impressive.
She didn't know how to react because she's not used to people pushing back on the things that she says. She's used to being able to get away with saying all this crazy leftist stuff or whatever, and nobody ever pushes back on them or whatever. That's what they're used to. And so when they're put on the spot, when somebody knows what they're talking about and pushes back on them, they're left flat-footed and they don't know how to respond, which is why she responded horribly. And so she is an absolute fool, and I don't know. She may give. I have always said that Maxine Waters is the dumbest person in Congress, but maybe she's up there too. That I'm seeing.
100%. Look, Maxine Waters, Jasmine Crockett, AOC, people I don't like. They're quick on their feet. You know, they know how to respond.
Yeah.
You know, they have some semblance of street smarts, even though AOC is not from the city, no matter what she says. But like, like you're right. She is. So many of these people have been in power for so long that they haven't heard the word no in 30 years. So, like, they don't know how to handle it. And, Zeldin obviously knew that from his time in Congress. So when she got dumb, he pressed where it was soft. And it was fun to watch for sure.
Well, and you love Lee, so I was like, I mean,
I
that's
do.
your boy, so I knew you were going to enjoy talking about this.
I do. He's like I've said it on the show before, but for all the new, he's just a good guy. He's for everybody in Congress who's got like a gumat on the side, or they got like some kind of coke problem, or they're fucking they're banging all their staffers. Like Lee Zeldin's just a stand. You might disagree with him. You might think he's too soft. You might this that, but like on a 1-to-1, he's just a good person, and he's not going to take any shit. And I hope he's the new Attorney General, so that I can go on a bank robbing spree.
Well, you definitely, I mean, it makes me think, I mean, you raised some good points for sure. I think if you're going to do your research, know what you're talking about. And, we've talked about this before where you have to be willing to own up to your mistakes. Or I think for me, I'm not going to act like I know something that I don't. And if I mess up or I own it, and don't keep trying to sell it. It's the whole approach. It's like, if you, like you said, she didn't sort of back down and be like, she kind of went full on. And I definitely respect more people who are able to be real and be honest and admit when they don't know something.
Yeah. Well, because here's what she did. She was told that climate change is going to kill us all. Therefore, the ends justify the means in fixing climate change. Lee went, that's against the law. Mm-hmm. And she goes, yeah, but climate change. And like Lee Zeldin, we live on an island. Do you think rising sea levels are not important? Lee lives his home is like 2 feet above sea level. Like, his whole neighborhood got washed out in Hurricane Sandy. Like, Angela, you were up here for Sandy, right?
No.
Oh, you weren't? The whole South Shore of Long Island, like, Lee's about 45 minutes from me. But like, you think he doesn't care? If climate change is as bad as Democrats say it's going to be, I'm going to die. So like, if I really believed it, like, I would take it seriously, but I just don't. And Democrats will do anything to preserve their ideology despite reality or changing the facts or changing narrative. And if you're impressive, like Al Gore's impressive. So 23 years ago, when he said that Miami wasn't going to be there anymore, he's confident in his beliefs and he can pivot like Gavin Newsom. He can bob and weave. Rose DeLaurier is not that. She's quite unimpressive. And like I said, she just reminds me of like Miss Hannigan. Like, I can just see her going home being really mean to Annie.
I think the other thing is like moments like this, it all kind of comes down to the exchange and instead of kind of what it's really all about. It kind of hurts the public understanding of the actual issue or what's going on. It kind of gets lost because it becomes all about the exchange and you know what I mean? Instead of, I think it kind of can help public understanding of the actual issue. And instead I think everyone just remembers, oh yeah, she got schooled.
Well, but you know what it is that because there was no point to be made. If we're arguing who the best quarterback of all time is and somebody says Wayne Gretzky, like, how do I argue that? How do I do that? If I say who's going to win the NBA finals and you say the Mets, like, I'm just not, where are we going to argue?
Well, these hearings have become a complete joke, right? They're just spewing the most, their rhetoric or whatever, and like they're not having a conversation with Lee Zeldin, right? He's an intelligent dude. Have a conversation with him, talk through the issues or whatever, and get somewhere. Whereas, they're just trying to get a gotcha question or like something like this. And it's so stupid. Like our government has become so defunct and like so dysfunctional. Like they don't accomplish anything productive at all. And it's like this, differing opinions on the stage, whatever, having a conversation about things, they can never do that. They're always attacking each other. Like it's constantly trying to get ahead. And it's just so stupid to watch for the average person. That's why so many people are turned off by politics, is shit like this.
Well, that's why I have begged to be subpoenaed by Congress, because if they want to put on a show, I'll give them one they'll never forget. Like, it'll be great. Like halfway through, I'll just light a cigarette. Like, write me a ticket. Or like, I paid for this room. Or I'd bring like a gavel that squeaks. Every time they said reclaiming my time, I would just bang the squeaky gavel. I'd have a blast with it. It would be like those mob hearings back in the 50s. You ever see videos of those things where the guys they just didn't care. They didn't care at all. They were like, "You wasted my time. What are we doing here?" I'd have a blast.
I did read the chat, History Karma. I was waiting till because it wasn't on topic, but bold lib chick is hot. Well, first said, is that the bold lib chick? Bold lib chick is hot.
Fact check, true.
Thank you, Kevin. And Kevin's actually seen me in person, so if that means even more,
Yeah.
you can vouch for the fact that I don't use 5 million filters on.
No,
some people that
like that girl. That video of her and Jack with the saturation level on her camera. I'm just like, yo, are you kidding me? Like, just go to a tanning salon if it's that bad. Like,
I mean, also, like, who do you think you're fooling? I mean, sometimes things get past people, right? You're like, to a degree. We don't know what's AI or what's a filter. I mean, some of that happens.
I mean, look, I wouldn't go check my Twitter profile if you're going to talk about like filters and little touch up now and again. But
you know what's crazy? Well, StreamYard doesn't do it, but like Zoom, they now have filters and some of these others. And I had a meeting with somebody the other day and they walked up on me and I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh my God. It started to hit me. So the next time we had a Zoom meeting, I realized she has like a filter because when she'd move, I'd see like the things like her eyelashes go off and stuff. And these are like 40-year-old, 50-year-old women. And I was like, 60-year-old women. And I'm like, what the? My grandma wouldn't even know how to turn a filter on.
Did you get catfished on a Zoom call?
Yeah, by a 60-year-old woman.
That's why.
Like she
only
looked
you.
legit like 40. And she walks up to me and I'm like, she's like, and I was like, oh my God, you look like a different person.
That's so
I was
funny.
I was like, hi, I didn't realize that was you.
That's embarrassing. I just think that's
that's like half a TikTok. Like half the girls on there like are running filters or whatever. You can see it like it shows or whatever, but they're probably like 60 years old, but they look like they're 25. And it doesn't, their voice doesn't even match. Like the voice doesn't match or whatever. Like you can tell it's an old lady. Like it's just
not to call people out.
They're making money on there.
But like X, like I feel like that's the nice thing about like the Rumbles now happening, and you're seeing more people like getting on podcasts or join shows, because there's a lot of people on X that hide behind like very filtered AI photos, and then come to find out like you become friends with people that don't like them, that actually know what they look like, and you're like, shut the fuck up. Or you like see them out of nowhere, and I'm like, no, you're lying.
There is one person
real like open eyes in the last year for me when I get the messages.
Yeah.
There's one person I was friends with on X for about a year, and then I met them in real life, and I wasn't sure they were the same species as the person that was in their profile picture. Like, they came up to me and they're like, "Oh, Kev, it's," and I was like, "What?" Like, befuddled. Like, I felt like when Shallow Hal like lost his powers.
Such a good fucking movie.
Like, I feel like Tony Robbins like smacked me back into reality. Like, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's who I'm looking for. I don't know who that is, but
I think we've all been there to a degree.
but that's why actually Jonathan Haidt has a really good book called The Coddling of the American Mind, and it's all about like what social media is doing to like particularly like young teenage girls, and it's all about that shit. And I think Jonathan Haidt he's one of the like social philosophers of our time. I would suggest everybody read all of his books, but The Coddling of the American Mind, I got it there somewhere. You should definitely read it because it talks about what social media impacts do and the feeling of less than because you see people looking perfect, but you never see them in real life. Like,
well, and young girls, like I being in LA, like you see the girls that like started like lip filler and all those things like years ago. If you get close to them, their lips are even with filler is so like deflated. And I'm hearing about like girls in high school now, like parents are allowing girls at like 16 to go get lip filler. And I think, listen, even Kylie Jenner created lip kits because she wasn't allowed to go get filler for so long. Like, I think it's terrible that we're letting like high schoolers like do this type of thing to themselves.
Oh, it is. And it's so like parents' inability to say no to their kids now is one of like I think that's down. I mean, I remember that when I got my first tattoo, my father lost his shit on it. Now it's like you're going to get your kid lip filler. Like, that is banana. My dad wouldn't let my niece like wear makeup until we all like, she's like, I think what is she now? She's 13 now. Like, I would say maybe like a year ago, we all had to have like an intervention with him. And just
even little girls' clothes though now are like crop tops and like I'm always like, like my grandma will see like my daughter and I'm like, that is like what like kids would like. They all like my daughter's just turned 5 and she knows exactly. She knows what TikTok is. She'll be like, I saw it on TikTok. I'm like, when did you have? I don't even have a TikTok really. And everyone knows that. Like, where do you get? She goes, Ella or like one of her aunts will have it, and I'm like, get off TikTok. Like, but it's like they're just, I mean, at a young age, that's what they're doing. They're all watching like unboxing, even Amazon now, Amazon Prime for kids, all these kids shows, they all have like these like YouTube kids now, and they're all doing this like thing that's like 15 years past their time. I'm like, can we just go back to like the 90s where things were like normal? Growing up with like Danny Tanner.
To the 90s. Like, let's make that. Elon, get on the time machine so I can go back to TGIF. And I actually, speaking of that, I saw today that, which broke me a little bit, that if they put Family Matters on TV today, Carl Winslow would have been born in 1991. And then I cried a little bit, one tear. Or it was like, you're old when it was like one of those. Oh my gosh! It was like one of those Instagram carousels. Like, if the cast of Friends did a reboot, they'd be the same age as the Golden Girls. I'm like, oh my god! Like, I'm dead.
It is wild. It is. Yeah.
I feel like we were all young, and then COVID happened, and we woke up, and we were like in our midlife, and we're like, what the fuck?
See this? Like, I had that before COVID. Like, yeah, COVID killed everybody. COVID, like, literally. Yeah, no, I really like. I was young before COVID, and then now I can't have 2 glasses of wine at dinner. Like, I don't know what happened to me.
Well,
that damn Anthony Fauci. That little gremlin who won't give Harry Potter his money. Yeah. You see it. He looks like one of the gremlins at the Harry Potter bank.
Well, guys, I appreciate you.
You know you're old when you realize.
Yeah, you know you're old when you realize Taylor Momsen was Cindy Lou Who in The Grinch. Yeah.
Who the hell is Taylor Momsen?
She's from Gossip Girl. She's also the lead singer of The Pretty Reckless, the band.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I think.
Oh my God, bruh.
Yep. There you go. chew on that. We're gonna end it on that note.
All those celebrities did those like, Mom, what were the 90s like? And it's like, Danica McKellar and Topanga and I'm like, oh my God. Wait, I'm like, hold on. If Winnie Cooper is that old, how am I still 23? Like, I don't know.
Well, this was some good advice. Aging is normal. Let it happen and accept it. I mean, the alternative is not great, guys. So, just embrace it. We're all aging like fine wine. Well, actually, I don't know if you guys saw my caption on one of my posts for my birthday, but it was aging like bold wine.
There you go.
We're all aging like bold wine. Yep, exactly. Thank you, History Karma. Bye, Dreamboat. I don't know who he's talking to, so we're all Dreamboat. All of us, we're all Dreamboats. They're all Dreamboats up in here. You guys are Dreamboats. The audience is Dreamboats. Thank you so much, guys. I always enjoy talking with you so much. I appreciate it. We covered a lot today, and couldn't have done it without you. So I appreciate you. You guys rock. Everyone follow them. Kevin Smith, Loud Majority, every day, 3 p.m. Eastern. Any other shout outs you want to give, Kev?
No, I'm all right.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Jay.
Tomorrow I got Jacob Engels, and Friday I'm going to be doing a show with Angela with Larry Sharp.
We got Larry Sharp on Friday, 2 p.m.
God,
Eastern.
Larry Sharp.
What's that?
The next governor of New York.
Yeah, we're going to chat about it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it.
No, Larry's cool.
Is he? I think he's going to be very interesting. Like
he is definitely interesting.
I don't know if he has a shot or whatever, but like
no.
not a shot. But I think he's going to be very interesting, and he opened up a conversation about just having like different not these hardcore partisan people or whatever, like in terms of like getting somebody into that office. So
look, I mean, look, it's the two-party system in an overwhelmingly blue state, like a third-party right of center candidate. It's about math, but he's a nice guy. You'll have a good time.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to him. So we have that going on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll also be back Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Madeline, anything you want to shout out? Where can everyone follow you?
Same places. I'm not as fun as you guys.
We had fun last night.
True.
We had fun last night. Our show last night was a lot of fun.
What did you do?
We critiqued the debate for Georgia 1st Congressional District, and we had a lot of fun on that one. That was a good show.
That does sound fun. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. Great rest of your week. We'll talk soon. All the
Bye,
love.
Madeline.
You guys rock. Thank you, guys. Everybody follow those amazing folks. Follow each other. I appreciate you. The chat is always so important. So I know there was some hate going on in the chat, but we're not scared of it. We just want you to ask questions or, raise some points or things that we can address. The name calling is not really where it's at for me. So, say more, say more instead of just, calling people names or insults. We want to talk. And I know someone said something about it being an echo chamber. That's really the opposite of what we're trying to do here. So I do try to invite all different people with all different viewpoints, backgrounds, opinions, left, right, middle, whatever, into these conversations and to be guests on the panel. It really is a matter of who wants to be here, who accepts, who joins our conversation. Unfortunately, some people don't want to have conversations, aren't willing to have conversations. So it kind of is what it is. But I appreciate you guys so much because we couldn't do it without you either. It brings so much to the table and so much to the dialogue to have you here and to hear what you're thinking and feeling. We really do like to have real talk, bold talk, unfiltered, uncensored kind of conversations. But again, like, you know, to me, I don't think that the nastiness and name calling really does us any favors. I don't really think it advances us. I don't think it gets us to a better place because there's already so much of that going on. So the purpose here is kind of more unity, bridging gaps, and realizing that it is okay to disagree. We don't clearly need to agree on everything. That's okay. And we've gotten into this world where if you don't agree, you're a monster, you're a terrible person. But, you know, we're all very complex, complicated individuals as human beings, and we all have different experiences and worldviews, and that's okay. So I think it's helpful for us to be able to talk with one another and kind of put it all out there. And anyway, so I appreciate you for doing that and for being here for the support. I just want to read your final comments real quick. Thanks, History Karma. Dalton, you got me. Whatever will I do? Love is the answer. This is the best centrist topical debate platform. That's really nice. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week. Be sure to join us on Thursday. Thursday, Bold Voices, we have a special guest here for the first time. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have Defender of the Republic is Katie. Her @ is Real Defender 45 on X. She's going to be joining us on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on Friday, as we were mentioning, we're going to have Larry Sharp on at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we've got a three stream week going on. So please join us if you can. Thank you guys so much. All the love. And subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to go check in on the Celtics. The game might be over. We're going to see. Stay bold. Thanks, guys, so much.
Go.